Hey everybody, it's Amanda. Today we're going to be discussing basic for loops with using an integer array. If you already know what this is, it's not going to benefit you. However, if you don't know what arrays are and you don't know how static arrays work, this will definitely benefit you. So let's go ahead and run our program. As you can see, I ran it once. Let's go ahead and clear it and run it again. So first, I have a const variable of an integer data type named size using uppercase. That's because usually consts, depending on how they're used, you can use uppercase. It's going to be a size 5, which is going to be the elements inside of the array. Here I declared an integer array using the brackets and the size variable for the elements inside of the array. So this is an integer array containing 5 elements, and I went ahead and assigned those elements numbers, as you can see here. And then I come down to my for loop and it displays. However, we're going to discuss what happens here, and then there's a space, and then another array is created and displayed. Before we go any further, let's discuss static arrays. Again, they only hold one type of data type, so if I wanted to declare an array of doubles, I can. However, it can only contain doubles. The same thing goes for other data types as well when it comes to arrays. If you're not familiar with how arrays work, so I have my const here. Anytime you have a static array, you want to make sure that the size is a const variable. This prevents any errors in your program and make sure that it stays consistent. Also, a static array, that means that you're going to automatically know the size anyway, so there's no reason that your variable should be anything other than a const. So coming down to the array, because it contains 5 elements, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it also has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inside of what's actually inside of it. I'll change the different colors. So what's actually inside of here. However, like I was telling you in my previous videos, if you've been watching all along, instead of it starting at 1, it's going to start at 0 in memory. So although there are 5 elements inside of this array, the last index of the array, the last index of the array is going to be 4. So because in my example, I assigned the array the first element being 1, the second element being 2, the third element being 3, the fourth element being 4, and the fifth element being 5. However, if I wanted to access these elements inside of the array, I would have to access them through their indexed number, not through what we would think of as how many elements. It's always going to be the size minus 1. As you can see, that's where we get our 4. So if I wanted to have access to this 3 right here, it's going to be at index 2. It's not going to be at index 3, which people would think 1, 2, 3. Nope. It starts at 0, 1, 2. So that would put it at index 2. So if I wanted to access 3 at index 2, as you can see, I can use my name of my array. So in this case, I named my array just array. And in order to gain access to the elements, I need my brackets. So this is going to indicate that I want access to the element at index 2, which is 3. If I wanted to change that, so I do a reassignment and assign it a different number, I can reassign it 2, and with a little semicolon. Going back to my code, let's go ahead and create our static array from the beginning. So again, I'm going to start with my const variable and name it size and assign it 5 values. I'm going to declare my array next with my brackets with my 5 values or elements, whatever you want to call them. And I'm going to assign them the same numbers that I did previously. So this is going to be declare my array with size, which has 5 elements inside of it. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you why it displayed a different number last time. If you noticed, instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it didn't display 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So again, I'm using my integer I variable, my integer variable named I, and to indicate my index, which is assigned 0, which is what our array starts at. It starts at 0, and it's going to end at 4. I is going to be less than the size. This will make sure that my array doesn't go out of bounds, and I'm going to use my prefix notation. I'm going to go ahead and display my array real fast and show you what's inside of it. So as you can see, I have my name. I'm using a variable name array, and I have access to it because this is within my local scope. I is going to increment it, which means it's going to display until it reaches this maximum size. So as you can see, when I go run my program, it's going to display 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I wanted to have access to a different element, so then in my previous example in the beginning, if you caught it, I'm pretty sure I changed the index of 3 to 5. So this is going to change. Which one is this going to change? This is going to change 4. Let's go ahead and run the program. As you can see, my 4 has changed. So that's because 0, 1, 2, 3, which is index 3, and it's going to change it and reassign it to 5. And that's going to change, or that's going to stay that way. So because that variable is local right here, it's going to stay 5. So if I did another for loop, and here we go, instead of me rewriting this all out, I'll just go ahead and do a copy and paste here. And instead I remove this, and then I just displayed the array again, and I'll add a space just to make it clear real fast. Ooh. Okay, here we go. Again, as you can see in memory, it still kept that variable change, that reassignment of that variable. So you got to keep that in mind if you are reassigning a variable. However, if I wanted to declare an array inside of my for loop, I could do that. So I'm going to declare my new array here. I'm still going to use the same size, and I'm going to assign it, and we'll do 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. How about that? There we go. And then I'll display my new array along with my old array. So I have 1, 2, 3, 5, 5 because of this, and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 because of my new array. Let's go ahead and remove that. So now I should display 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. However, before we do that, I'm going to show you that I don't have access to my new array outside of my for loop. As you can see, squiggly lines. Oh no! It's because it's inside my for loop. And so it's inside this scope. This curly brace and then this curly brace indicates what scope it is in, and it is not going outside of that bad boy. Going back to this, as you can see, I deleted that redefinition, and then I'm going to rerun my program. And because I removed my redefinition of that variable, as I run the program, as you see, I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. As always, I made some terms to look up in notes from the video. So again, arrays can only hold one type of data type. Look into static arrays as well as data or dynamic arrays. Const variables, naming variables correctly in C++. If you're not familiar, what is the index in the array and how many values are in the array? You should know that after this video. If you didn't catch on to that, rewatch the video. These are the two most valuable things you can probably gain when to knowing what an array is and how it works. And also these ones too for down the road, but into OOP. However, if you have any questions, let me know. This is a very basic example. I plan to do more array videos. I really like arrays. If you like this video, please subscribe, like, and share. I know I kind of jumped forward if you've been watching my videos. I plan to go on back to more basic things. Thanks for your time, and I hope everybody has a great day.